for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the City of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTM, your radio station.
I'm Molly Gibson Kirby, and this is City Beat. Today, I'm joined by City Manager Gary Ceppetelli. He's here to get everyone up to date on everything that's happening around our community. If you have any questions you want answered, call 677-8181 or email CHTM@arcticradio.ca. To begin, what's been going on this past week?
Good morning, Molly. And first of all, before I get into sort of some of the activities that have been happening in the city, just sort of send regrets from Mayor Johnson, who's out of the community at a conference in Winnipeg. So I'm filling in today, and really is. That residents, I mean, obviously, as they drive around the community, are well aware is that number of capital projects that are have been ongoing for some time, and we're getting to that point though where they're starting to wrap up. Our water main renewals are to be completed by the end of August. Hopefully, the weather that we've had over the last couple of days doesn't affect that too much, which I don't think it'll be. So that aspect of the entire water main renewal project will be completed, and we're in sort of the final component of a lot of our other capital projects, and really that as they near completion, the intent is to have sort of the paving component of those projects take place early September. As well, I mean, this residents will also sort of see is that there's a number of areas throughout the city that where a water break had occurred over the past year. We are sort of in the process of cutting out certain areas and getting them ready so that when the paving is up, we can get those areas paved and repair the roads. As well as from a recreation standpoint, we are starting to transition back into, I hate to say it, but back into sort of our fall-winter season. The CNS Arena has ice in it now and has been up and operating since the start of this week, and really that the Norman North Stars have their tryout camps this weekend. So, I mean, that aspect is starting to ramp up now, as well as Health and Leisure Market is just around the corner, and the Northern Market, which is expected to take place on the weekend of September 5th for that weekend. And as well as we get closer to the school year again, I mean, just want to notify residents that the city did pass a reduced speed zones, speed in school zones throughout the community. We're in the final process of erecting all the signs, and they'll be installed prior to the start of school. So every one of the school zones is a 30 km an hour.
And that's all the time, every day?
All the time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
All right, so we had a city council meeting this week. We went through a lot of stuff. There was a report that came out about Thompson, the public water system. What was that report exactly on?
Every year, the province of Manitoba sort of does an audit of water systems, of which one is done annually for the city of Thompson, and really it sort of goes through the processes and requirements that water systems need to be at, and identifies if there are any deficiencies during that reporting period of a year. And from those aspects, obviously put in place sort of a plan to sort of correct some of the deficiencies that may arise during the year.
All right.
So as part of that process, we will have that on our website if it's not already there, and really sort of put in place plans to correct some of the issues. Some of the water main renewal projects that we're doing now is hoping to obviously correct some of the issues that we do have with the system. So as we move forward, we're in constant contact with the province of Manitoba, so they know as to what we're doing to address some of the issues.
All right, perfect. So VLT services was also brought up during City Council. How big of a revenue are VLTs in Thompson?
Well, I mean, it's an issue that has been at the forefront of this council and previous councils in regards to sort of the formula that the province of Manitoba has developed for all communities in Manitoba, and I think that just given the number of VLT units in the city of Thompson, it's quite substantial. And the actual money that leaves this community has always thought to have been quite substantial. And I think that the letter that was presented to council from the Lotteries and Gaming Commission really is starting to sort of identify what some of those numbers are. I think that we've always known them to be high, but have never ever had been able to get some of the information. Now we're starting to get some of that information, and I think that because of that, and because of the funding formula that's put into place, I think that this council will like to continue that lobbying effort to sort of try to get a better deal for the city of Thompson in regards to sort of the money that's returned to us through the province of Manitoba. Manitoba.
Okay, so where exactly does the money go? Does it go to the commission from VLTs?
My understanding, it goes to the province of Manitoba. I mean, obviously, it's funneled through the Lotteries and Gaming Commission, but the province of Manitoba is the one that sort of sets a base grant and then a per capita grant as to how they fund back to the communities.
Okay, and I hear that we're getting some new bus shelters also for Thompson.
Yeah, it's sort of an ongoing sort of an analysis that we do at one of our standing committees, which is the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee. We've been in discussion with the school district of Mystery Lake in regards to did they have any needs for further shelters, and through those discussions, it was determined that another shelter would be provided in the Riverside area. So that one will be placed in the Riverside area. Plus, during some of our construction last year, one of the shelters was taken down to accommodate the construction, which will be replaced this year.
All right, perfect. So there is the new fitness center happening at the TRCC, and that's going to be opening in mid-September. With that, what happens to the fitness area at the Norplex pool?
So currently, as you said, I mean, we're in the final processes of trying to get the fitness area operational at the new TRCC. We still have to sort of get the ads out for to staff that component, and a couple of minor things from an electrical component so that we can operate our systems for membership in that area. The intent is, because we have that being the fitness area for the city of Thompson, some of the equipment will be phased out at the Norplex pool. The unfortunate thing, I mean, obviously the environment of the Norplex pool likely wasn't very kind to equipment that was operating on a mechanical basis. So really the intent would be to phase them out once the fitness area at the TRCC becomes operational.
All right, and I know that there's a shutdown for the Norplex pool. Do you know when exactly that will be?
It'll likely be at the first or second week of September. We'll have to sort of confirm those dates, but really is that this is sort of an annual process where the pool is drained, and we do a lot of the necessary maintenance to sort of keep us up and running for the coming years. And usually the shutdown will last about a 2-week period.
All right, perfect. So it's kind of dreary out today. People probably won't be using the dog park, but do you want to give us an update on the dog park right now?
Sure. I mean, the dog park has sort of been informally open and in use for residents as we sort of complete some of the final components of it. And in conjunction with the Thompson Humane Society, that we'll be planning an official opening of the dog park either hopefully next week or right after the long weekend in September.
All right, perfect. Well, we're actually running out of time, so I'm going to give you some time to say goodbye to the listeners.
Sure, and just one last thing. I mean, obviously, as we wind down sort of some of our programs, just to alert people that the summer camps, the wading pools, and concerts and parks are winding down and likely be completed by the end of the month. And just overall, I mean, just thank the residents for their patience in regards to some of the construction zones, because we did have a considerable amount of construction this year, and just thank them for their patience.
All right, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
This has been City Beat. Join us again next Thursday for more questions and answers. For 1029 CHTM, I'm Molly Gibson Kirby.
City Beat.